Hey coaches, welcome back to Football Talk with Coach Chip. Today we're going to be talking about the power and why you should seriously consider running a backside RPO on the power, because what it's going to do for your offensive linemen. Hey, don't forget, go ahead right now, click on subscribe. Click on subscribe right now to Football Talk with Coach Chip. Go ahead and like the video because you know you're going to like it, or you wouldn't be watching it. If you're new, you're going to love it. I wish there was a love button. You could click on that. And if you have any comments, hit me up at siegel.chip@gmail.com. Don't forget, stay tuned to the end for our list of freebies that we give to subscribers here at Football Talk with Coach Chip. It's good resources. Also, our publications are available. That'll be presented at the end. Won't be too long a video today. But I just want you to be able to see why you should RPO off your power play. Let's get after this stuff, man. Come on. All right, going to present it two ways, against an even front and against an odd front with the tight end. You can run it against the odd front without a tight end, but I wanted to give you two, different surfaces to the strong side. Here's why. All right, now here's why you should RPO off the power. Now you can do it out of pistol, but he's got to come from the back side of the play right here and then bend it here, which is fine. That's fine. I like it this way. It gives that quarterback a clear view. Now I'm going to link up some of our RPO videos, like on how to teach it. I'm not going to get in detail on how to teach it because I've done that in so many videos, but I'll link them up below so you can go back and look how we teach the quarterback to read the RPO and the ins and outs of it, what to look for, coaching points, things like that. But right now, I want you to focus on this play right here and see what I'm talking about. You get the back block by the center on the shaded nose, and you get a gap hinge, ever how you handle the backside right there. But you got to get that backside in when you're RPOing, or you're giving him a free run. You got a free hitter coming right at your quarterback's grill because he's going to ride that thing right there, read this backer. I'll get to that. All right, over here on the front side, now this is A-gap power. This is the one with the double team. This isn't my gap down backer power that we've talked a lot about. This is the A-gap power. And this is the one with the double teams. It's the God blocking I've talked about before, the gap on down. You got a double team right here, and it's not a combo double team. You're taking that completely out of the equation, guys. You could have a call when you want to do this. Tell your guys you're locking. You are locked on this thing. You do not have to block the will linebacker when you RPO his fanny. So what you get a double, sure enough double on the three tech, which in most even fronts, that's going to probably be their better player, probably their better D lineman. And now you can double him and just tell your guys you're locked on this. Kick his booty out of the club. Throw him out. Send him back to the linebackers. Get on his butt and just run your feet. And you don't have to worry about chipping off or comboing off to the mic and coming off to the will, however you teach it. This guy here knows he's wrapping to the mic backer. Your backside guard knows he's wrapping because we're going to read the will. I had a guy the other day, and this kind of went into my thinking too. So we were talking about the buck versus power video. He said, why even pull? Just run duo. And he said his reasoning was he's worried about this guy, the will, running through when he sees that guard pull. Believe you me, I know that's an issue. Yeah, I've had it happen to me. Folks, yay, good. In the words of Brer Rabbit to Brer Fox, please don't throw me in that briar patch. Guys, if he triggers when that guard pulls, which is another reason why I love RPOing on gap scheme, pulling linemen to linebackers, that's like catnip for my wife's cats out in the yard. When they trigger and they come screaming downhill to get that A-gap run through, or they trigger right here, oh, he's gone, I'm coming right here. Quarterback's disconnecting and throwing it right there. The dude's going to squat right behind where that backer was. And once you've done that a couple times and his butt starts flat-footing it to take that away, then you're giving it. Because if you give it, it's no big deal because you're blocking power anyway. So you're getting your kick-out block from your H, your F, your plug, whatever you want to call them, your sniffer. You're getting your J block right there. You're getting a sure enough double team. Not a, they don't have to read anything. They do not have to read anything. This is a great third and short play when they're really sitting on the run. And if this guy right here gets antsy, you can break his butt of sucking eggs right now when you disconnect and throw it right where he came from to this guy running with this, I call a slant sit. Come right here, boom, and you teach the slant however you want to. I like a little outward release, and then breaking it right here. All right. And again, I'm not going to get into details because there's other videos, and I'll link them up at the bottom on how you do that. Okay, it's just that easy. Oh, and by the way, if you're doing it with 3 wide like I have it here, you got your pre-snap gift over here. If they bring this apex guy right here and bring him down so he can help out and fall in on power, just pre-snap read by the quarterback. They're giving you the flat, Hoss. Take the flat. You got to take what they're giving you. It'd be insane if you're going to let them load up the box on you and leave space in the defense. You've got to be able to take that. You don't even have to ride this guy now. If he walks his butt down right here, just go ahead and look over at the running back and say, me, catch the ball, take a step, boom, hit that slant right there. Corner comes up, makes a tackle, good 4, 5, 6 yard gain. Why were you running the ball? Because it's a running down situation. That's a good gain right there. Same thing right here. That safety comes flying up and makes the tackle right here. That's a good gain. Right here, it'd be about a 5, 6 yard gain if he gets tackled in his tracks. All right, let's look at it versus a odd front. Same backside RPO. Everything's the same against an odd front. All right, now, if they get a tight front or a bare front, it's kind of be difficult because now you want to pull that tackle. Like we've talked about before, pulling tackles on power when they give you that 3 tech over here or that 4-eye. Yeah, if he's a 4-eye, I think you can fly across his face if you're doing nothing but taking out that inside knee, attacking that guy right by his thigh board, and just keeping him from penetrating right here. Because if you get across him right here, your power's going to hit pretty good. And if you get on him right now, you're keeping him out of the quarterback's face. That's where it gets kind of hinky. But if 4-eye, I think you're good on that. Instead of a gap hinge, I would just have him do an old-fashioned, just reach him and dig his butt out of there and just run through that joker's inside leg and make him play out here. And it gets his hands down and it keeps him from squeezing down the line in case he is keying that inside guard right there, that guy doing the wrapping. But now look at it. Look at the glory of this now. You got two sure enough double teams because the quarterback's taking care of the will with the read, with the RPO read, and the pulling guard's taking care of the Mike, wrapping the Mike. So now you got to bring your tight end in, and you got a double team on the 4, or even the 4-eye. Just make sure that tackle gets right in there inside, double team him, wash his fanny out of there. Now, if he's a 4-eye, we wash him down in here. That's why I got the dotted lines. That thing may hit a little wider because you still got your sniffer, your H, your plug, your F, whatever you call him, doing the J block, kicking out that guy. I like bringing tight ends in against 3-4s because nowadays so many of these guys are really more like strong safety types. They're not like it was back in the day when I played, when those 9 and 5 techniques and the old 5-2 were sure enough linemen. And they were used to taking on those blocks. These guys like playing in space. They're special, okay? So now you bring that tight end in, you're making that space player come right in here. And now he's got to take a guy who makes J blocks for a living. This guy right here does J blocks all day in practice. This guy right here may not be used to taking J blocks with so many teams going, 4 wide and all that. He's out there apexing, playing the flat, playing sweeps, playing jets, all that kind of cool stuff. But now we're going to make him play football in the box. Bring him in here. Bring him into our briar patch. And that's why I love this so much, this concept. And don't be afraid of RPOs. There's so many resources out there. There's so many coaches that are good at doing it. There's so much video on it. Right here on Football Talk with Coach Chip channel, I've got a ton of them. And they're easy. I know they're easy because I taught them. I've taught them repeatedly, to quarterbacks who never even heard of it. They couldn't even spell RPO, much less run one. And so you can do this. But just cross face right here with your running back, and you can pistol him, put him right behind, and he comes right here. But you got, against an odd front, you got 2 double teams at the point of attack, and they're true double teams. Old school country double teams. We're going to lift those jokers up and get them off, get vertical push, put a dent in that defense, wrap this backside guard to the mic. He knows who he's getting. These guys knows they're locked. These guys know they're locked, and that quarterback's going to handle that guy. And you just made your offensive line exponentially better. How was that word for a country boy? Exponentially. I'm not exactly sure what it means, but it means a lot. It means a whole bunch. You've made them a whole bunch better with this RPO. And once you teach the quarterback how to do it, it's in. And you can RPO all over the field. And I don't say do it all the time. Of course not. You tag that thing. Say, hey, we're going to RPO it. And you have your call for your linemen. Say, hey, double teams are locked now, big boys. We're on them. And this takes care of the run through from the backside wheel. Now, they don't have to combo to him. They don't have to combo. Everything's set up. You got two true, sure enough, double teams. I love this concept. I think you will too. It's good stuff. All right, here's our freebies. Resources available free to you. All you got to do is subscribe, okay? And if you subscribe, tell me what you want. Because I've had a guy one time, I had to send it to him in 2 or 3 emails because he wanted all this stuff. I don't know, boy, he must have a lot of time to read. But there's something on here that will help you. I had a guy email me this morning wanting some formation stuff. Well, I didn't have it on the freebie list, but he had bought the Buck book, I believe it was, and he wanted to know, Coach, what formations did you use? So I sent him like 5 or 6 slides of the formations we used from 2014 till about 2021 that we majored in, running the buck and the power and all the stuff that we've talked about here on the channel. The things we did, we won 6 or 7 region championships and 2 state championships running this stuff. And that's available. All you got to do is contact me at siegel.chip@gmail.com, and I'll get that stuff to you post haste. Man, I'm sounding educated today. Hey, remember, we started the podcast, Football Talk with Coach Chip, the podcast. I recorded one yesterday, recorded one today, put one up Monday. I'm going to try to do one a week as summer goes by. I'm trying to get as many interviews as I can this summer with coaches. Guys, I am targeting what I think is an underserved part of the coaching community, smaller school coaches. I got an interview with a middle school coach who's been doing it for 20 years, and he loves coaching middle school, played college football, and that's a great interview. And that'll be up later this summer. And send me your recommendations. And I told you all this before, and I mean this with all my heart. If you just want to be on, hit me up and say, Coach, I'd love to be a guest on the podcast. I'd love to sit and chop it up with you. And I won't tell people that you asked to be on it. I'll say, well, you were recommended to me, and you were by you. I just ain't got to say that. But if you'd love to be on this podcast and just meet me face to face through a Zoom, then let's do it. I'd love to have you and talk about what you do. If you do something unique, if you do something, or the way you do something, I'll learn something. The listeners will learn something. Send me your recommendations for podcast guests. And of course, that's at siegel.chip@gmail.com. Don't forget, our offensive line manual is still, if we had them on shelves, they'd be flying off the shelves. But I have them, they're ebooks, if you will. They're Google Slides. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, when I update that, because it's been shared to you that way, if you've got the Google account, I think it updates yours too, or it asks you if you want to update. Somebody tell me. I don't know. I'm not an expert. I only know what I know, and I don't know that. But get your copy of the OL manual for Gap Down Backer or the Big Book of Bucks. That one's been out for a little while, but it's still a good seller. And this summer, I've sold a good bit of them. Guys out there looking for answers or looking for ways to get better or do something different. Check these out. They're $30 each. If you get both, they go for $50 as a bundle. And if you want to throw in an extra 10 and send me 60, I'll also send you the playbook, which gives you an idea about how we tied all this together and made it into an offense. All right, again, don't forget the podcast. You can find it on Spotify. It's coming soon to Apple. I've got a young guy he's on the assignment that's going to figure out what am I doing wrong to get this thing on Apple. If he doesn't figure it out, maybe one of y'all can. But hit me up if you have any ideas. But guys, I love doing these videos. This is keeping me young. It's keeping me in the game. I love doing the podcast, getting to talk football, chop it up with these guys, these coaches from around the country. Again, if you know someone, let me know. Holler. All right, that's it. Until next time. And one day I'm going to tell you what I mean when I say this. Be elite.